stop. Before you click buy on the Rlaarlo X12S that everybody is hyped up, you need to see this. This is the Rlaarlo SBK10. It's the big brother, the 1/10 scale beast, and it fixes one of the major problems I have with the X12S. Is it worth the upgrade, or is the original mini missile still the king of budget bashers? Let's find out. Welcome back to Doug and Nikki. You're watching me beat the crap out of these two things right now. I'm Doug, and today we have a sibling rivalry. In this corner, we got the Rlaarlo X12S. We know it, we love it. It's a 1/12 scale buggy that hits close to 50 miles an hour and fits in a backpack. It's insane value. But because it's 1/12 scale, it has teeny wheels, and if you've ever tried to run this thing in Florida grass, well, let's just say it disappears faster than my patience when I drop a bolt into the engine compartment of my Corvette. But here is the game changer. This SBK10 isn't just bigger. Under the hood, it's running a center differential instead of the slipper clutch, which is found in the X12S. Why does that matter? The X12S is a wheelie machine. Fun, but hard to steer. The SBK10 puts that brushless power down like a planted race car. It corners on rails and handles the rough stuff without cartwheeling into the neighbor's pool. We're talking a full metal drivetrain, waterproof electronics, because puddles do happen, and a 2852 brushless motor that screams. The SBK10 also has that unique forward cab look. Kinda looks like a space buggy, and it kinda looks like they tried to steal the livery off a Cadillac Formula 1 car, but I dig it. Plus it's four-wheel drive, ready to run. Just charge the LiPo battery and go destroy some dirt. If you want to see the full speed run and durability test where I inevitably break something, smash that subscribe button right now, and you can see there's a link up above if you want to go click to go see that. Additionally, if you're ready to go pick one of these up, I put an affiliate link down in the description and pinned in the comments. Clicking those helps me keep buying cool toys to try to break and review for you. So which one should you get? I think what we should do is we should go talk to me right there at the test facility, and I'll tell you my experience with the two and which one works for who and why. Yeah, why don't we go do that? Let's go talk to Doug at the test facility right now. All right, here we go. Which Formula 1 liveried buggy do you want? Here's the difference size-wise. So you can see we got 1/12 X12S and the Stormbreaker here in my hand, 1/10 scale, technically the SBK10. And they are true. I feel like this is a real 1/10 scale. This is a real 1/12 scale. They are perfectly good that way. What is the difference to you between these two? So I will tell you, speed-wise, I did a couple drag races. You can see that speed-wise, pure speed-wise, they're pretty darn even. Although I will say when you drive them, here's a real shocker. They're both 3S powered. They both have basically the same electronics. They both have the same batteries from Rlaarlo. And this one, the smaller, lighter one, is much more lively, feels like more spirited. When you pull the trigger, it like launches. This big boy, a little more, like it feels like it's lumbering compared to this, which seems kind of reasonable. But at the same time, because of that bigger format and the stance and it's heavier, it is also a whole lot more stable. Now, that doesn't mean this is unstable. This is just like kind of sharp Formula 1 style performance, like it really feels like you're on the edge, high performance. This feels like super stable, good high performance, but not on the edge of anything, but ultra stable, ultra fun to drive. You can do anything with it. Couple interesting things, because they're buggies, and as buggies go, they actually, I think you can see, they have a lot of ground clearance as buggies go, but they still, both of them, if you want to know if you're going to get a buggy and you drive it on the dirt like we did here, you're going to get high centered and stuck sometimes. If you're going to try to drive them in the grass, forget it, they get stuck all the time. So these are really for the street, mild dirt like that, like a field like this is perfect for it. Just basic dirt, you're going to take it and tear up the local baseball diamond, they're perfect for that. All those kind of things. If you want to go do some serious off-roading, neither of them are great for that. I will also say quality-wise, they are Rlaarlo quality, which means they are really reliable and run great, but then when you break them, you're probably not going to be able to get a part. I have a Terminator. You've all probably seen my video. I did a great review of the Terminator. Love that truck. It has been sitting in my garage for about 4 months now because Rlaarlo can't figure out how to make a pin for the suspension. don't know what goes on there. So that is something you need to know about with the Rlaarlo brand, I would say. But it takes a lot. Took my nephew to break that thing. I mean, he really crashed it hard, and that was kind of the only thing that broke. And outside of that, I have abused the heck out of that thing. I've actually have had this for about 6 months and abused the heck out of this. I am going to abuse the heck out of that. And I believe they will stand up. Rlaarlo definitely builds a solid vehicle. It's just sometimes the parts can be a little hard to get. It's so annoying, but we're almost there. They make great cars, it's just parts. All right, anyway, if you were gonna decide which one you want, if you wanted the highest performance vehicle you could buy, you definitely need this. This X12S is more exciting to drive. If you want something that is comfortable to drive, that is reasonably fast, definitely not super fast. Yeah, I would like it to be faster, but if you want something that is reasonably fast, really fun to drive, you can drift with it. It is super stable because of its big stance and just a ball. This is definitely the one to get. If you wanted championship pedigree, I think does Williams have 5 world championships? I think they have 5 world championships. Cadillac is amazing. They were all powerful in sports car racing. I mean, super dominant in sports car racing. So I'm expecting big things out of them within a couple of years in Formula One. But right now, this is their first year in Formula One. So I'm not sure. Actually, put in the comments below. So Rlaarlo has a Williams livery, a Cadillac livery, and there's also a McLaren livery that I don't have. Which team do you think they should take the livery from Formula One for the next model? That is a fun one. Put that in the comments. Which team should they steal from next? Either way, you can't possibly go wrong with either of them. They are super cool. I love them both. They're gonna stick around. You'll see them in more future reviews, maybe comparing against other things. And plus, I'm just gonna play with them on my own. So yeah, these things are great. You should definitely get either one. I am not sponsored by them, so there are affiliate links down below, maybe even here on the screen right here. Either of those work the same way. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use those. Helps out the channel a little bit because I keep having to buy these things myself and I don't want to be in trouble with my wife. So a little help there would be cool. If I've added some value, like the video, follow the channel. In the comments, please answer which livery they should steal next. There are links up here to these individual videos if you want to see the reviews. I've done an original video and a 6-month follow-up on this, and I did a separate individual video on this thing. Check them out. I hope this was fun. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions about either 6767, which one you want, put it down in the comments also. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you in the next video.